विद्यानामन्ततीदण्डी सर्ववेदान्तपण्डितः श्रीमद्विवेकयोगी मां प्रचोदयतु सर्वदा। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे Paramanandamaadhavam. Namaste to all of you. So we have all this Bommakulu. What does it mean? We are talking of Amritha family, and that is the Amritha family. All those Bommai, maybe they are made of clay, maybe wood, maybe just a simple cotton, or maybe some metal in different forms, animals, birds, human beings, and of course Devi Devas. All of them are arrayed in beautiful way. It's a huge Amrita family only. The entire family, the whole world is my family, Sri Krishna goes on telling, isn't it? So that whole family is depicted there. And this is an ideal occasion for us to identify ourselves in our mind with each of the exhibit. Maybe it is a tiny little worm-like thing on a leaf, or maybe it is a small tiny plant-like thing, or it may be a very tiny little cup and saucer or the playthings for the children. Sri Krishna had been telling us for the last 9 chapters, I am everything, I am everything, I am everything. So standing before the Bommakulu, let us tell ourselves, yes sir, we understand you are everything. The Ekatva in the Nanatva. That is what Bommakulu conveys to us. Everything in this universe, Isha Vasyamidam Sarvam, Yat Kimji Jagatyam Jagat, Tena Tektena Bhunjitha, Magrita Kasya Svittana. They are all sitting there blessing us. Mahalakshmi is there, Sri Rama, Sri Krishna, the Dashavadaras are there. It's beautiful. Maybe I will ask Sudhakar, after the program is over, to give you a glimpse of our Bommakulu. And forming the background for all that, there is our Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharada, and Swami Vivekananda, who has given us this elevated mind, enlightened mind, so that when we start thinking of God, it is not a personal little God that comes to our mind, but that symbol of Advaita. When we think of womanhood, mother's extraordinarily pure motherhood, that is what comes to our mind. When we think of a man with capital M, Sri Krishna is there first and foremost. But then our mind goes to Swami Vivekananda. So Arjuna had been going on listening, all these enlightening discussions of Sri Krishna. Every time he felt somewhere one chain of Ajnana, one link in the Ajnana was getting broken. He was getting more light, more light, more light. And when Sri Krishna gave so many credit cards, first he gave earlier, Nahi Kalyana Krutkashchil, Durgadim Tada Gechari. That is a encouragement for us to go on doing good things. You go on doing good things, and Vishwar, I am there with you. When you don't do good things, then I cannot give you any credit card. But the minute your mind is always oriented towards doing good and nice things and useful things and service and activities, remember Arjuna, I am there with you. Name bhakta pranashyati yogakshemam vahamyaham. These are the words of Sri Krishna which we should go on chewing, chewing, chewing. And each time we chew, we get some fresh fragrance, fresh flavor, fresh taste, which will add to our betterment, which will make us a better human being. Arjuna had been feeling like this. By the time the ninth discourse was over, he had almost felt like, oh, I'm so blessed that Krishna is my friend, philosopher, guide. I want to know more and more from him. He had already told me he is pervading everything, but these are all theory. Theory we forget after some time. Unless we are able to enjoy through our Panjendriyas, mind, intellect, and then keep it in our treasure house. For that, Krishna, I want to know more about you. Tell me, this universe is filled with you, okay. But tell me some specific points where I can contemplate on you, meditate upon you, love you, respect you, interact with you. Is there any possibility like that for me to remember? Of course, Arjuna, it is there. I am telling you that I am everything. But still, I want some more indications from you, some pointed statements from you, so that I could contemplate and meditate on that particular energy center. Then Krishna says, Arjuna, you are asking for a very difficult thing. He says, Name vidu suraganaha. Even those divine beings whom you consider as great human beings occupying the heaven, even they don't bother to know about me. They are happy, enjoying their lives. But hardly do they care to go deep unto me and understand me. Then some of the Maharshis are there. Dhyana vastita tadgatena manasa. Yes, they, when they go beyond into the realms of truth, Satyam Param Dhimahi, then they get glimpses of my real nature. Then they understand that I am the beginning from where they have all started their lives. So those who really understand that I am a person who has neither beginning nor middle or ending, I am this all-pervading power of the world, of the universe. It is they who will come nearer and nearer to me. Because then their mind starts getting purified. Ahimsa, samata, tushti, tapo, danam, yashoyasha, bhavanti bhava bhutanam, matta eva pradadvidha. So when I start revealing myself, their minds get filled up with such beautiful, beautiful emotions, and they try to absorb me more and more and more. When our camera is very powerful, we can capture more and more beautiful pictures. Our telescope is more and more powerful. We are able to go into the depths of the Saurayudha and capture. So in the same way, Arjuna, the more and more you become attuned to me, the more and more your capacity to understand me will be enhanced. So that is how Maharshis and others, they come to me. Understand also, I am the power source. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. Matta sarvam pravartati. The whole electricity, the main station from where I distribute the power, that is my station. It is from there all the power lines come to the universe, anywhere, everywhere. Even it is Surya or Chandra or nakshatras or planets, mountains, rivers. Wherever you find there is energy, remember it, connect it with me. I am the source from which everything is distributed in the universe. Not only that, people who start understanding me, they are so happy to know that, they will talk of nothing else. When they get together, they will not talk of worldly things, worldly attachments, worldly opportunities. No. Earlier we said, all that we talk these days, pay, promotion, prospects. But people, when they start knowing me, Arjuna, they will discuss only about me. Oh, Krishna, that blue color, his Muralidhava, that eternal song. They will be talking about me, discussing about me, so that I go deeper and deeper into their very being. And when they start doing like that, I become the energy wave which destroy the ajnana, all sorts of ajnanas, mental, physical, intellectual, all that ajnana which takes you away from the ultimate truth. I will start destroying them and give them the extraordinary happiness and contentment. Okay, theoretically it's okay, Krishna, but, I'm not satisfied. Give me some more. I understand you are the Paramam Dhama, you are the Pavitram, you are this, that, everything. Okay. But how do I grasp you, Krishna? You are standing in front of me as my charioteer, my friend, my philosopher, my guide. But how can I get out of you that you are all these? I'm not able to absorb it, Krishna. Make it a little more elaborate. Then Krishna says, okay, because I know through Arjuna, I am going to deliver to the whole universe this vibhuti, this glory of mine. So I am ready to start. Handate kathayishyami divya hyatma vibhudayah. Handa. Oh, Arjuna, Handa. What to do? In spite of all my telling, you are not able to understand. At least now you understand. I shall tell you everything about my Vibhuti. How? I am going to put before you my family album. Uh-huh. You have a family album, Krishna? Yes, yes. Just like any one of you. You spend lakh of rupees to get a family album and your child gets married. This album is not like that. It is an ever-living, multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multi-oriented. I have an album like that. And I will take you and introduce you to all those family members. But when I say family members, Arjuna, you should understand they are all me only. Only I have assigned them some special duty, some special work to do, some special capacities to do their work. And they may appear different. Surya and Chandra, how different they are, isn't it? One is full of light energy and heat energy. One is so full of cool, satisfying energy. See, directly opposed to each other, but from me only both. It is I who send the correct waves to Surya. I send the correct vibrations to Chandra. Krishna, Krishna, I'm very much excited. Tell me more about it. Handate kathayishyami. Yes, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to narrate to you what is exactly the role of my family members. Be ready. I will take you to introduce to each of my corporate managers who manage the show of my universal being. I will introduce you to all of them, their activities, the innate power I have implanted in them so that you will never be in doubt again. Who is running this universe? So, handate kathayishyami. I'm going to tell you all that. But Arjuna, remember, it is not an easy job. You are going to see my entire family who manage the show for me. Just like in India, we have so many district collectors and state ministers and so on. Here I am going to present before you my family members. But before that, don't get confused. It is I and I alone have become everything. Aham atma gudagesha sarvabhutashayastitaha ahamadischa madhyamcha bhutanam andayevacha. The beginning, the middle and the end. So you may see me different, but don't say, oh, the head portion is Bhagavan, but the other portions are something else. No. I am. It is only I am that you must understand. And from there, he starts introducing Arjuna to all his most obedient servants who, appearing as his vibhutis, make the universe work as a whole with that magnificent parasparya. Not even for a moment do they deviate from the line of duty. Not even an atom of selfishness enters into their being. Arjuna, you please see. Arjuna, with his all the Panchendriyas agog with excitement, started listening to Krishna. So at the very first, like Vamana, with his first two steps, measures the whole of this universe. In the same way, Krishna, through his very first revelation, he tells Arjuna, Aham atma gudakesha sarva bhudashayastita ahamadischa madhyamcha bhudanam andayevacha. And then he is taking Arjuna. Look now, I am going to introduce you to the powerhouses, the persons in charge of my powerhouses. Adityanam aham Vishnu. It is in my Vishnu working as Aditya. Jyotisham Riviram Shuman. Marijir Marudam Asmi. Nakshatranam aham Shashi. Everywhere you will find a group, you will find the head of that group, head of that family who will be controlling. Nakshatras, their movements, their everything controlled by Mr. Soma, Mr. Shashi. There are so many Adityas working in this universe, and among the Adityas, I am Mahavishnu himself, who gives directions to the Dwadasha Adityas, how, when, where they should work. So it is I who control them. You know, you have all the Vedas, all the knowledge. Which is the best of it? I would say, Arjuna, Samaveda is the best of the Vedas. You know so many celestial beings. Who could be the best there? You know your own great father, Vasavana. I am the Indra himself. Vasunam Pavagaschasmi, Rudranam Shankaraschasmi, Vittesho Yaksharakshasa. So in the whole chapter, we will find about some 20 particular vibhutis Sri Krishna is mentioning so that Arjuna gets impressed. He is getting introduced to these family members. Why was he introduced? So that he can develop a personal connection. Just as we go to a temple where Ganapati is there. I am going to write my exam. I want a special gift from you. Or I go to Shiva's temple. I want you, Bhagavan. So many Shatrus are working against me. So I want you, your special grace to get out of it. I go to Devi's temple. Amma, I want Jnana, Vairagya, prosperity, everything you give me. So that is why I am introducing you to all these family members of mine and their capacities, so that through your mind you can establish direct contact with them. So all the office bearers, just like in human body, so many things are working together to give us the wholeness. In the same way, so many Vaishnava vibhutis are working in this universe, giving us the impression that it is something, it is running on its own. They don't know that I am the person who is holding the chain or holding the, what can we say, the main fulcrum around which the whole universe is working. Krishna, there are chara and acharas. All are you only. Yes. There is actually no chara, no achara. Only when we are not able to understand the intricate movements within the achara, we think it is useless. But there also, it is my divine energy that is percolating. So don't mistreat anything. Don't say this is a stone or this is some sand. No, Arjuna. Everything that's chara and achara, I am there. So be certain that without me there is nothing in this universe. Krishna, there are so many Maharshis. All of them are great. Maharshinam Bhriguraha. Just for your sake, I will pinpoint that so many Maharshis are there. Among them, whom should you worship? All right. You want just one person? Go to Bhrigu. You know the story of Bhrigu coming to me and kicking me? Oh, he came to kick you. Yes, he wanted once, all the devas prompted him to find out who is the best among the lords. So he went to Shiva. Shiva was in an angry mood. He went to Brahma. Brahma did not even look at him. And then he came to me and I was in my yoga nidra. Poor Lakshmi, she was just stroking my feet and sitting there. And this man comes all of a sudden without knocking at the door, without asking permission. He comes and just gives me a kick in my chest. I woke up. And then what happened? You know what I asked him? Oh, Maharshi, I'm so sorry I was sleeping. Did I hurt your foot? Because my chest is a solid being. When you touched it, I hope your foot is not hurt. Bhrigu prostrates. This is exactly what I came to see. Who among the lords who are lording the universe, who among them is the best of the Lord? O Mahavishnu, I know it is you who is the best among the lords to propitiate. So that is the story of Bhrigu. So, Devarshinam cha Narada. You know Narada? In the next chapter I will talk about him a little more. Narada is almost like a computer. He has access to all sorts of gadgets. He has access to our, WhatsApp. He can pass on message like anything. He doesn't need an air travel visa or ticket. He just thinks and he comes and lands there. So, he is the person to whom I give any special message. And we are all thinking Narada is he will always make people fight, etc., isn't it? But it is not like that. He will bring the erring people together, get them maybe fight or do, so that God's grace will descend on them. They themselves will be fighting it in their own language, they will never reach anywhere. But some input they will receive from Narada, which has a direct connection, because Narada is one of the persons who has got a direct connection, direct phone with Vaikuntha. So, some message would have come to him. There are two of my bhaktas, like Bhargavarama and somebody else fight, both are my bhaktas only, but how to relieve them? So, he gives the input. I remember when I was a small child, we was having a drama, Bhama Vijayam. The Parijata tree. One day Narada came, of course, under instructions from Bhagavan, otherwise what? Narada came and gave one Parijata flower to Rukmini Devi. Enough. Satyabhama saw it. She became very jealous. Oh, the whole Dwarka is getting the smell of Parijata because this lady has got a Parijata flower and now she will be so very proud about it and all that. All right, I will see. So when Krishna took her to, Krishna knows what to happen, So she was taken by Krishna after the Vada of those great men. Was he said? Assam person, suddenly name escapes my mind. Then after that, he had to go to heaven because this man had stolen Aditi Devi's kundalas. So he knew to whom it belongs. So Krishna took Bhama with him on Garuda. They went to heaven to hand over the kundala. Krishna thought, all right, I can send it through Garuda, but it is long time I have not seen Mother Aditi. It will be a good time. And of course, something else also can be there. So Krishna took Bhama also. So handed over the kundalas to Aditi. As they were coming, he spotted the Parijata tree. Oh, Bhama said, Krishna, this is the tree, the flower, that you brought. Why don't you take it? There are so many little saplings. We'll take one. Nobody is looking, Krishna. We'll take one. Krishna said, well, even if somebody is looking, what is that? You want this tree? Okay, I'll take one. He took one Parijata tree. Suddenly there came Indra. Who asked you to take a plant from my garden? Parijata is not to be grown in the earth. It is a celestial tree. And I won't give you. There was a very big war between them. Krishna, whom he had requested for the killing the Asura, Bhumasura, Bhumi Devi's son he was. So, all that is over and Krishna has come to hand over the kundalas to his mother and he just took a twig or a small plant. There was a very big fight. Anyway, then others came and said, what are you doing, Indra? Let Krishna take the plant. Why are you worried about it? So suddenly he agreed and he gave the plant and he came and planted it in Bhama's house. Bhama was very happy. So she had only one flower. Here I have the plant itself and the plant started blooming. So many flowers, Parijata, every day Bhama will have flower, Parijata flower and all that. And finally, there was a war between Arjuna and Sri Krishna. Some situation was created by Narada going and speaking something here, something there. So Arjuna and Krishna started fighting, and in that fighting, what finally Arjuna said, I will use my Pashupatastra. And Krishna says, I will use my Sudarshana Chakra. And then Narada comes, no, both of you will keep quiet, doesn't matter at all, and he consoles them. So such stories are there, all just to enhance our interest in the capacities of the Lord and how they behave. So like that, he says, Narada has a special affection from me because he is my great devotee, Narayana, 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 and he always helps me in carrying out my work in the earth. When it was time for Rama to have the coronation, the previous night, Narada was sent to remind Sri Rama that this is not the time for coronation. This is the time for you to go to the forest. Don't miss the bus. Tomorrow morning you have to leave. Otherwise you will miss the whole purpose for which you have taken birth. Then Rama assures him, don't worry, I know about it. Tomorrow I will go to the forest. So this sort of background information, background dealings, for all that, Narada is the chosen messenger. So he says, Devarshinam cha Narada. Like that, Siddhanam Kapilo Muni. That is his own avatara, Bhagavan's avatara, who comes as Kapila Muni. Ayudhanam Aham Vajram. There's the whole 10th chapter. Every page he tells each page has one picture of somebody. The album is full of his vibhutis. One by one, he will take a picture and give some introduction to that picture, how, when, who are all that. So Sri Krishna told everything. Anandaschasmi Nagana. You are wondering why I am sleeping on Ananda, because Ananda is neither the end nor Madhya nor the beginning. Ananda. So I sleep on the infinite. I am the infinite. I sleep on the infinite. I act in infinite ways. So Anandaschasmi Nagana. Asuras. Among Asuras also you are there. Prahladashasmi Daityanam. See, among the Daityas also, sometimes I implant my best of thoughts onto somebody. Again, Narada is the instrument where Kayadu was taken when Hiranyakashipu went for his tapas. Narada, he was in the womb of the mother, and it was Narada, through Narada's satsang, Prahlada became a great devotee. Like that, he will tell so many, wherever there is something which is magnificent, which is of all importance, all that. Finally, remember, Mrityu Haraschaham. When the man has completed his time, when anything, any organism or anything completes their lifetime, then I come there as Mrityu to take that Jivan back to where it belongs to. So everything has been told. Finally, Sri Krishna says, Yadyad vibhuti matsatvam srimad urjitameva tattadeva vagachatvam mama tejomsha sambhava. Wherever you find extraordinary beauty, Arjuna, through that beauty, let your eyes reach up to me. Anywhere you find extraordinary glory, extraordinary name, fame, Kirti Sri Vakcha Narina, there are some women who are embodiments of the best qualities. Through them, you reach out to me. Remember, It is I residing in their heart give them all these extraordinary qualities. You should understand that. We can imagine the state of mind of Arjuna. He flabbergasted, he's looking at Krishna to hear more and more and more about it. And Arjuna, Sri Krishna uses two words, Aja and Anadi. Aja, I have no birth at all. And Anadi, nobody can measure me. I have neither end nor that. So that is the universal power. Understand that there is nothing in this universe other than me. So these two words he uses to impress upon Arjuna that it is his glory which shines up the whole of this. Again he says, Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. So what is it we have to gain out of it? We must also understand all the time. If I have got a first class or a first rank, oh, I was studying like this, so I got it. No, you didn't get it. It was the will of the master. It was something our great master, our great Lord, our great Krishna wanted to achieve through me that made me. I always complain, if I were to become like this, where was the need to give me an MSc or a PhD or a foreign university training and all that? There was nothing needed. But I don't know why he took me through all this laukika thoughts, desires and achievements. Even now I am at a loss. I ask him, but he just smiles. He doesn't give an answer. So, aham sarvasya prabhavaha. So, physical, mental, intellectual, everything started falling away from Arjuna. He becomes purer and purer and purer. Sri Krishna says, the minute you become attuned to this sort of an understanding, I shall give to that person buddhi yoga. His buddhi becomes directly connected to this deep understanding of my nature. I give him buddhi yoga. Now Arjuna realizes, oh, he is not the Krishna, my friend. So for the first time we find Arjuna coming out with Bhutesha, Bhuta Bhavana, Purushottama, Jagatpate, and so on. He adds now that he is absolutely convinced as to how the universe is sustained. Arjuna implores, please be kind enough to explain more and more about your glories so that my mind gets fixed more and more, not one, not two, three. Let the hammer of your words fix me more and more in the personality that is you yourself are. He wants to hear more about it. So Arjuna is, so much of surprise, amazement, and cannot explain his feelings. Suddenly he hears, so this is the big family to which I should attune myself. How foolish I was to think that my uncle, my cousins, they were my families. They are all dying things. And here this undying, eternal family of mine, he was just concentrating, when a few nectarine words come into his hearing. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. My goodness, Krishna, I am also yourself. Yes, Arjuna, you are also a vibhuti of mine. Arjuna did not know how to take it. He listened to it again, Pandavanam Dhananjaya. He never said Pandavanam Yudhishthira, he said Dharma, Bhima, Shakti, Nakula, beauty, Sahadeva, intelligence. No, he has chosen me. Pandavanam Dhananjaya. He is so very happy and he prostrates sort of mentally, physically before him. Krishna tells, lastly, Athava Bahunaitena Kim Jnatena Tavarjuna Vishtabhyahamidam Krishnam Ekamshena Stito Jagat. Arjuna, what you have seen, don't think that is the whole of my glory. Just one mustard size of my glory, I have created this whole universe. Can you imagine, Arjuna? Yes. Sorry for the interruption. Our computer thought, यद्यद् विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा ततदेव अवगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंशसम्भवम्. So he thought that is the end and he could stop. So with that announcement from Krishna that don't think this universe is only a very tiny part of his being that has given shape to this universe and all that belongs. See how wonderful have been our great teachers who through this Arjuna Sri Krishna conversations have brought to our mind, brought to our concept this magnificence of the creation, the interrelationships, the interconnectedness, the interdependence, the parasparya, and we should remember this all the time. And to impress upon it, that is why I have brought that earlier I mentioned, I think, Pancha Mahayajnas, the 5 important yajnas which a Hindu can do every day so that these connecting threads are not broken. Brahma Yajna, Deva Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Pitru Yajna, Nara Yajna. Through these connecting links, we can keep our mind filled with this knowledge that we are all part of that Bhagavan's Vibhuti. Just as he said, Pandavanam Dhananjaya, if he were talking to me or you, he would have used in the same sweet way that I am you, don't worry. Name bhakta pranasyati yoga kshemam vahamyaha. That is because he has taken us all as his own family. So with that very nice feeling, just as the feeling Arjuna got when he heard Pandavanam Dhananjaya, because we are in a different setup altogether, but in our mind we can listen to his words. Why do you worry? I am there always with you. All your glory, all your whatever you want in life, you have only to ask me. But ask in the proper way. Proper way means without a tinge of ahambhava, with complete surrender, with complete understanding that I alone, ahamatma gudagesha, that I alone exist as the whole universe. With that deep understanding, ask me for anything, it shall be yours. That is what Sri Krishna says when he concludes his 10th discourse. So here we have seen the album where he introduces her to his family members. And in the next chapter, we are going to meet them in person. How wonderful it will be. So we will wait for the Ekadashodhyaya, where the whole family is brought to our vision say we can say whether it is a video film or a 3D film or something much, much, much more beautiful and grand. So next week there is no class. After that we shall meet. Be prepared in our mind to have that great vision which Arjuna had, and how many else had, we will see at that time. Let us wait and prepare our hearts to receive that grand vision. So happy Navaratri to all of you. It is Bhagavan's desire that on this auspicious occasion we shall hear about his glory, his statements, his love for Arjuna, his love for all of us. And with that good thoughts, we will celebrate the Deepavali. Namaste.